This is a 1973 Ford F100 4x4 chassis, and it's part of one of the fastest builds that we've ever done in our company's history. We've partnered with Vantage. They are the shop that's going to be building this truck, and we had a 30-day start to finish time frame to build the chassis, build the interior, build a custom wiring harness, get it all out to the customer, and they have exactly 2 weeks to put the truck together, paint it, get miles on it, and get it to one of the coolest deadlines we've ever had to hit, the Indy 500. Yes, this truck will be there and may even take a lap around the track. Let's jump into it and cover all the details. Hey guys, this is Spencer with Fat Fender Garage. Thank you so much for joining me. We got another really exciting video for you today. This is a 1973 Ford F100 4x4, and this is a chassis that we had to build in a super tight timeline. So there's a lot of fun stuff to cover. I'm gonna explain to you what the concept of the build is, what we're doing for the customer. We'll walk you all the way through the chassis, start to back. We'll talk about the interior kit that's gonna go along with this, and overall just give you some perspective of what we're getting into. So let's get started. Have to give props to the customer for reaching out to us. They had ordered a chassis from us for the build. Then they approached us and said, hey, we have a really cool opportunity we want to talk to you guys about. So shout out to Nate and Eddie over at Vantage. That's the shop that's actually going to be building this truck. They are working for their customer who owns a company called Desnuda Tequila. It's a tequila company, and they had a really, really awesome idea for a truck, which was kind of a marketing baby that could go on tour and do a lot of cool things for them. So the owner of the truck's really cool. The shop, Nate and Eddie, they're great guys. They've been amazing to work with. But they approached us and they said, Indy 500, what does that look like? That's May 25th. It's the biggest NASCAR show in the world. I don't have to explain it to you guys. You know what it is. And they would love to have this truck at the Indy 500. They are sponsoring a race team, and they would love to have this thing at the Indy 500, maybe do a lap around the track before the race starts. The day of this video being filmed is, April 22nd. So the day of this video is April 23rd. Think about that. The Indy 500 is May 25th. They need to have this truck completed, running, put miles on it by May 10th. So it can get loaded up into a trailer, make it to the show, and be there on time, on display for the event to start. There's a lot of other fun things this truck will do, so you'll get to see it out in the wild, I'm sure. If you know anything about hot rodding, that is a completely unrealistic time frame. It's not possible. It's not done by really anybody, but we're kind of crazy, so we said yes to it. We were instantly off to the races. Again, it's a 73 F100. The color is actually kind of similar to that right there. They're going with more of like a turquoise patina, a fake patina. So they're mimicking a worn out paint job, and Nate's done a great job. Yeah, this timeline wise is kind of incredible here. So how it worked was they said, what do you guys think about this? We talked to the team, asked for a lot of favors, and by a lot of favors, I mean a lot of favors. I owe a lot of steak dinners after this, but we got the approval from our chassis team. We got the approval from our engineering team on the wiring harness, got approval from our upholstery team. Everyone said, we can meet this deadline. Easy? Absolutely not. Possible? Yes. So we went off of possible. And I'm happy to say that we set a date of, listen, we can have the chassis, the interior, the wiring harness, and the parts all shipped out by no later than April 23rd, which when they approached us about that, that was like 2 weeks before. So we were really, really making a hard, intense commitment to this customer. Well, I'm happy to report it's May 22nd, or it's April 22nd, and chassis done. The final thing is the drive shaft getting installed. They're doing that right now, front and rear, and this thing's ready to hit the road. So we coordinated transport. The truck and trailer will be here in about an hour, hour and a half, and it's on the road. It'll drive all night, all through the weekend. It will get to the builder either Sunday evening or early Monday morning. Minutes are critical. The moment this rolls off the trailer, he's got 4 or 5 guys that will work day and night until the truck's done. No questions, no conditions. It's going to happen. This opportunity for us really was kind of proof of concept. Can we build a chassis, interior, wiring harness, and all the other parts in a 2-week time frame or less? So the craziest thing is all the actual work took about 2.5 days. The chassis powder coated, so it took about a week to have the metal cut, welded, but for powder coat, drivetrain assembly, full stainless exhaust all the way back, our guys did it in 2 days, which is insane. It's absolutely unheard of. Same goes for the interior. We did the full bench seat, headliners, door panels, did a carpet kit, all within about a 2-day time frame. So that's where the bulk of the work got done. But a lot of it was us just waiting for the chassis to arrive and getting things organized internally. So had to make sure we had the motor, the Whipple, the transmission, the transfer case, had to make sure we had the front and rear axles from Curry. All of this is crate from Ford Performance. We had to make sure we had coilovers. We had to make sure that we had your steering box. We had to make sure that we had your front rear sway bars. We had to make sure you had your oil filter relocation and your serpentine drive kit. And like the amount of parts coordination alone, had to make sure that we had our RPM steering, all of our steering linkage components up in the front. A labor of love, for sure. Like, I don't really have another word for it because it was just that crazy. Wilwood brakes, had to make sure we had the 14-inch brakes on hand. So this really was a let's rally the troops, let's get this done. We have a deadline to hit and we cannot miss it. So this really was no questions, no exceptions. So yeah, this was proof of concept. This was, can we do it? And we wanted to prove it not just to the customer, but to ourselves. So I know it sounds a lot like gloating. Again, if you're in the hot rodding industry and you know this, that's crazy. To go from nothing to a complete driving, running truck in 30 days is some TV show type stuff. So it's cool because the builder and his team, they're going to film some of this stuff as they're working on it, and hopefully we have a follow-up video where we've seen the truck running and driving. We've got it all done. If we're going front to back on the chassis, there's a ton of specs to go over. So you have the chassis itself. This one specifically is from Porterbuilt Fabrication, but we now make all of this in-house. It's always been our design. This one in particular just came from Porterbuilt, so going forward they'll have the Fat Fender chassis logo on it. So you got full chassis. This is going to be a 5-lug chassis, and it's perfect for daily driving. It's going to be a lot of fun for the guy. So this is a 73 short bed single cab truck. So fun little truck. It should have a lot of fun. Might be a long bed, I'll have to remember. Frame rails, all 3/16 steel plating, all MIG welded together. It's a really nice product. You have your Gen 4 Illuminator Coyote and your 10-speed automatic 10R80 transmission from Ford Performance. Then you're going to have your F-150 style electronic transfer case in the back. So he's going to have a dial on his dash that he can flip it into 4x4 when he wants. This is kind of the dream setup right here. 750 horse out of the box. You could easily tune it for 800 plus. But the chassis handles it really well. To me, this is pretty perfect proportional power. We've kind of learned with people that we'd rather swing them either the Whipple Coyote route or the Godzilla route. You just want some of that low end torque and some of that response. Because it's still a big, heavy truck at the end of the day. We build the chassis heavy intentionally so it feels planted and you're not just squirreling all over the road. Helps us with steering, helps us with it just tracking straight. Anyways, on the motor, we've done some dress up. We got our FFG oil filter relocation kit. We have our redhead steering box here, designed to mimic a factory location. This is where your shaft will go through, is through this little divot that we put into the shock tower. So that'll connect up to the steering column up in the cab. You have a front runner serpentine kit. We get some of the parts from Power by the Hour that make a great little alternator relocation bracket that we really like. And they'll outfit the whole front runner kit for you on that. So we like to use that stuff. We'll do a 3 7/8 pulley. That's the biggest pulley that Whipple offers. And correct me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure every centimeter or millimeter it goes smaller is an extra pound of boost. So this is set up to run, let's say, approximately 5 to 7 pounds of boost. The smaller you shrink the pulley, the different you tune it, the more bang for your buck you're going to get out of it, which is pretty fun. Anyways, you got all of your brand new billet steering components up front from RPM Steering. They make great stuff. And then moving into the axles, brake setups, you got 9-inch front rear axles from Curry Enterprises. They're awesome. They make a great product. 35 spline chromoly axles. They're built to handle. We really like the 9-inch. We've had questions about why don't you use the Dana 44? Why don't you use the Dana 60? Wasn't really designed to be a big, beefy F-250. Like, to me, it's like you're spending extra money and unnecessary time to make a truck that you're trying to do things with that your normal F-250 does. We kind of think this is, you would rather daily drive this, have the family in it, than use it to tow your trailer, because you probably have a brand new F-250 that does that stuff. So will it do it? Absolutely. Was it what it was designed for? No. The goal here was daily driving, highway cruising, off-roading, fun, jack of all trades, does everything truck. So it's an F100, perfect for an F-150 style truck, big on the 9 inches. So you have your front 4-link bars. So we do parallel 4-link in the front, and we're going to do triangulated 4-link in the rear. Just helps you with some flex as you're driving. We could have done parallel rear 4-link bars to make it a little bit more highway savvy, but we wanted them to have that flex in the scenario that they're going off-road. So again, drive shafts are literally in the process of getting installed. Front drive shaft going in there. Arizona Drive Shaft custom makes all of them for us. They do great work. They turn them around in one day. We asked for this one in a 2-hour time frame. They did it for us. We literally called them a few hours ago, and we have them, and they're about to go in, which is great. Full stainless exhaust system. It's a 3-inch back exhaust. And of course, you can't go a video without getting at least a shot of our FFG stainless headers. Shout out to our exhaust team. They worked effortlessly. They worked late last night to make sure this all got done. They only had one day. They literally only had one business day from the time the chassis got to them. Have to do a full stainless system, test everything, make sure it fits good, it works good. So you're going to have your MagnaFlow mufflers on here. We love MagnaFlow. Really gives us that sound that we're looking for. You're going to have your locked off-road coilovers. These are awesome. Locked Off-Road's a great company. We're happy to work with them. We also offer an upgraded Icon suspension if you want adaptable suspension that you can adjust on your phone. Connects to Bluetooth. You can change the stiffness or the softness of the coilovers, which is really cool. This is your bump stop setup. So we got plenty of bump stop just to make sure that you got some good travel to go off of. And then these exhaust hangers, we actually sell these on our website. These are just to mount the exhaust. You want to make sure you have good bushings in there, and that nothing's vibrating, nothing's rubbing, nothing is negative is happening. And then this is our Boyd Welding aluminum fuel tank. It's a 28-gallon fuel tank. It's got a pretty solid capacity. We're using the Mustang GT500 fuel pump, and then we're doing a pulse width modulated returnless fuel line system. So the fuel lines we actually run in the frame rail all the way down. So if we go out to the motor here, you can see where it comes out through the frame rail in this whip right here that connects to the motor. So from this point, it runs all the way through the frame rail back to the tank, and then we have access ports on this side of the frame, and that's where we connect our fittings. So if we ever need to get in there and access something, it's not like a oh crap moment. It's really, really serviceable and it's easy to use. So comes back to the tank. Again, Boyd Welding, they do all the aluminum welding on this. They do awesome, and we're super happy to work with them. This is side fill because it's a dense side truck, a 7379, so the fuel filler neck is gonna stick out in the factory location. If you're to do a different year truck, a lot of times you'll see the fuel spout right here. You'll cut a little hole in your bed and you'll use a little fuel door to dress it up nice and make it look good. And we've pretty much gone back to front. This is the control pack. This is the standalone wiring harness for the motor and transmission. So that'll ship out. They're really going to want to use that. That'll come with your PCM, a lot of your wiring stuff. Speaking of wiring, we made them our first ever 7379 full extensive wiring harness. So that will be coming out on the website very soon. We're just finishing instructions and schematics, but it's all done. We actually built that and shipped that to them a few days ago so they can proactively start to get things ready and organized. And then as soon as chassis lands, to the races. We wanted to get them so prepared that it was just ready to go. We didn't get them the interior until the chassis because it would have been hard for them to install all of that before the body was actually on the chassis. So we're doing it in phases based on what's easy for them to get it all done. But yeah, and then we have some parts. We have a really nice ECU box that mounts to the inner fender in the stock location. We got them a Wizard aluminum radiator that is shipping to them as we speak. So that should drop in their shop basically the same time that the chassis and everything else does. And yeah, we got them all the goodies. So interior, let's talk about that briefly, because that's another fun piece of this puzzle that, again, it's proof of concept. Can we build an interior that's awesome? They like it. So the interior is all going to be boxed up in either this crate right here or the one next to it. I'm pretty sure it's all packaged in that crate. These are some of his other components. You can tell how thorough of an effort we go to wrap these. This would be one of your sun visors. There's nothing that could get through this and get to the sun visor, especially in a situation like this where we're concerned about timeline. The worst scenario in the world is something shows up damaged, which in a situation where that happens, we'll take care of it. Of course, we don't really have the leeway to take care of it if something were to happen, but this is kind of the standard for the way we package all of our kits. So these are his door panels. He's got his extra hide of leather down here for whatever he needs to use it. So we've gotten a lot of footage of the interior. We'll probably play that on the video, but this is kind of a sneak peek of what we're working with. Logan, shout out to him. He runs our interior stuff. He's really good with design work, and he cooked up something special for him. Normally, we don't do the Native American style, this style, unless we feel like we can execute it really well. And Logan got that good feeling, and so did the builder, and it seemed pretty perfect for what they needed. So the turquoise of the truck will kind of play on this this color. So it's kind of why we chose it. But anyways, just a little sneak peek for you. We'll put in some shots of the bench seat. So we did full cradle to grave interiors, seat, panels, door panels, kick panels, sun visors, headliner. There's some fun stuff like in the sun visors that we'll show you. They're multi-sided. One side's got this fabric, the other side's got the leather. We did a full carpet kit. We're still experimenting with execution there. So anyways, interior got all boxed up. The seats were outside this morning out in the sun so they could shrink to the actual bench. And that's pretty much it. So you look at it, you got chassis, you got interior, you have wiring harness, you have a parts list with radiator, fuel tank, all this stuff. It is literally a truck in a box. It is proof of concept. And amazingly, we hit the deadline. We were able to do it in a very short time period. We had to really get organized and make sure we were locked in on everything. There wasn't a single thing that could have gone wrong. Obviously, this maybe isn't the standard for every situation. We would love to have this be the process, and maybe we'll get there someday. But again, have to give out my flowers to all the teams involved. Sean on the chassis, man, did that guy bend over backwards to make sure we could get the chassis, get it powder coated, get it all ready. His team did amazing. Sage and Ashlyn and all of the guys involved with that. I'm so sorry if there are any names that I missed in specific. There's a team of about 5 people on the chassis side of things that worked day and night for about 2 days to get all this done. Same thing on the upholstery side. Logan with all the design work. Thanks again to him. He brought this one in for us. He sold Nate and Vantage their chassis initially, sold him the interior kit, and ultimately brought this opportunity to us. Super thankful for him. Thank you to Keanu and Jake in our upholstery department. all of their guys. They did amazing. They knocked it out fast. They knocked it out in great quality. Shout out to Doug, our electrical engineer on the wiring harness. He built a custom harness from scratch in only 1 week, made custom schematics, really bent over backwards for this. And biggest thank you of all to Nate, Eddie, and his team at Vantage. They're an amazing shop. I have nothing but the best things to say about Vantage. I really want to make sure they get their flowers because they have the hard part of this. We busted our tail, we got it done, totally fine. They are really the ones that are up against the hard deadline. They have to get the truck running. So we've already gotten them our tech's numbers, our electrical engineer's number. We'll make sure that they have all the support they need when they get everything to actually meet this crazy deadline. And then thank you to Desnuda Tequila and to the owner of Desnuda. So a lot of parties involved, so many hands in the pot. And often this is where there's so much risk involved that something goes wrong. So it really took strong, consistent communication, making sure we were very honest and open with each other at every corner. Anytime there was a hurdle, a delay, it had to be communicated. We had to strategize. They were super awesome to work with. I can't fathom how this happened. This is crazy. I don't have any other word other than proof of concept. It's something that we've talked about for years, which is, can we build a truck out of a box? Can we get a builder all the parts they need in timely fashion that saves them time, saves them hassle, where we can meet a deadline like this? So this is a very cool opportunity, and we're super grateful about it. Anyways, I gotta go. The truck and trailer will be here in about 30 minutes, and they're gonna load all this up. They're gonna drive for 2 days straight. They'll land in Indianapolis late Sunday night, early Monday morning, and then they're gonna have about a 16-day window to do the entire truck, get it tested, miles put on it, or it can do a lap around the track of the Indy 500, or at least it was capable of that. So thank you so much for joining. I can't wait to continue to follow this along as it gets completed. We'll keep you updated on socials. We got lots of stuff related to this truck and more trucks. It's only gonna get crazier. It's only gonna get faster. Subscribe, like, drop any comments, any feedback, any questions we didn't cover about this setup, how that works. Anyways, thanks again. I hope you guys had fun, and I can't wait to show you guys this truck ripping in Indianapolis in a couple weeks from now. Thanks.